Good morning. Today I want to talk a little bit about fear. I brought it up in my previous video about Samhain. Fear can be debilitating. I've got the sun to my back, so I'm going to try to position the camera angle a little off to the side. But fear can be debilitating. Gets in here and starts to mess with your mind. In our book, Northern Paganism, The Sword of Glory, it's a book that starts out with 13 poems, and the 7th is a poem that we wrote called Fear. Fear is something that each one of us controls. That book, by the way, it's more than just a poetry book. The 13 poems we put in the beginning, written by my wife and I, and then my daughter had written some as well. But then it goes into the poetic Edda stanzas that directly relate to our ancestral sword of glory, sort of the Volsungs. A certain amount of fear is healthy. What do I mean by that? How can fear be healthy? Well, as we age, or maybe even if you're younger, but you're happily married. But as you age, you think about mortality a little bit more. In your youth, you have more of that invincibility, whereas you think things won't happen, can't happen to you. So let's say you're happily married and there's a fear of losing your spouse or you predeceasing your spouse. If you let that run rampant in your own mind, you'll have anxiety. That's an unhealthy level of fear. However, if you let that little bit of fear actually help you have a closer relationship, now you see that's where fear became healthy. It drove you to something better. It gave you that little nudge. Maybe you need to spend more quality time. That stupid little argument, well, wasn't that big of a deal anymore. Maybe you need to hold hands and smooch more. Have more quality time. Because if you have that little bit of fear, but it doesn't push you to a closer relationship, then the fear is just a debilitating factor in your life. Fear is used and has been used to control people for a long time. Our own fears in our own minds maybe keep us, there goes a hawk, right close to the ground, looking for morning breakfast. Got a pretty good wind out here today, so I hope this audio comes out decent. But a certain amount of fear keeps us from doing stupid things, which may injure us or end our lives. So see, fear can be healthy, but fear has been used. Well, just look at the religious cults of Abraham, how they use fear since those cults were invented. The fear of the end times. Every generation has been in the end times. Every single generation. Still waiting for that 1,000 years of peace, according to their texts. But they also have the fear of fire and brimstone. Fall on your knees and put yourself in slave position. Hands clasped before you. Or you're going to burn in hell for eternity. Fear. And that fear that they use is debilitating. It's a freedom stealer. Today we have COVID, the fear of dying from COVID. Oh no, you can't get together for the feast celebrations. Oh no, we have to go into another lockdown to prevent people from dying from COVID. Fear, fear, fear. Unhealthy levels of fear. Today's generation is addicted to electronics, video games, smart TVs, smartphones, all kinds of electronics imaginable. What's funny is these smart things generally make people dumber. But these have really created a self-centered, narcissistic society. News from around the world can be seen on a moment's notice, as it's happening in some cases. People post all sorts of pictures online trying to get clicks and likes. It's that called dopamine. The more clicks and likes they get. Our ancient belief system in Valhalla, the Hall of the Warriors, never about a popularity contest. I've made a video about that. There are a few that, as soon as you turn it into a popularity contest, you start looking for messages that are going to be popular, pander, get you the most likes. What do you engage in then? Chest beating, fear. We see so many fake news reportings that try to just dwell on this fear, try to make it debilitating. So what do you do? Well, in my generation, we didn't have all those electronics. You know, I've heard the politicians say, and factually say, that the results of the shutdowns of these countries are resulting in alcoholism, depression, anxiety, suicide, drug use. because people are separated from one another. They're isolated. That is true. We as humans are very social beings. We have to be around others for camaraderie, companionship. I heard divorce rates are up. Now that strikes me. A happily married couple shouldn't mind being locked away. And there's always this out in nature. I was lucky enough to grow up where nature means something. Without all those electronics, you find things to do. And that may mean doing some things all by your lonesome. Listen to the wind blow. Listen to the hawk. In the fall up north, the geese fly south in their pattern V. Chickadee in the background. We can learn a lot from nature. Nature doesn't react all schizo. Nature goes through its cycles just like we go through our cycles. We've been disjointed from those cycles. So let's talk about the fear of COVID that is being dwelt upon. Because, oh no, you can't get together and feast. Because you might kill someone. Oh no, we can't open. We're going to let small businesses die off because people getting together might kill someone. Oh no, you better wear a mask because you might kill someone, even though masks don't do anything. It says it right on the box. They don't protect from viruses. Fear to control is what that is. Control, control, control. However, driving while texting. People put themselves in a 2,000 to 7,000 pound bullet and launch themselves downrange at speeds that will kill someone if they're careless. And what do? They let everything in that car distract them. Where's the fear? Where's the, oh no, I may kill someone? I've seen people driving in their car at speeds over 50, 60 miles an hour. You hit a pedestrian, you hit a bicyclist, you hit a motorcyclist. At those speeds, you're going to probably kill them. Now, this person driving the car has their COVID bib on, their COVID mask, their muzzle, to prevent them from licking windows, I guess, in their own car. And they're texting. So they're driving down the road by themselves in a car at 50 to 60 miles an hour, wearing a mask and texting on their cell phone. Put that together. Where's the fear? The best thing to do is turn off the television. Go with your gut. Go with common sense. Tap into your blood memory and the strength, valiancy, and courage of your ancestors. We got, in America here, riots happening in big cities. riots. They call them peaceful protests. Peaceful protests where people not so peacefully attack people and burn buildings and loot, murder. That's all peaceful protests. They're riots. That's criminal activity. It's people behaving childishly. Hopefully they remain childless. We don't need that type procreating. There's a bird right there. I don't know what kind it is. It's too far away. It's a big one. Oh, that's a bald eagle. Very nice. You see, fear has been used for a long time, and people react to it differently based on their own weaknesses. And our blood memory, our folk soul, they don't respond to the weakness. Our folk soul knows no weakness, and our blood memory possesses all the strength we need. Get out in nature. Don't bring your phone unless you have a map, a picture of a map on it where you need to maybe check the trail systems. When you're going out in nature, don't just go out there and text. Don't bring your wireless headphones and music. Don't go out there and visit. Oh, there goes a deer, white-tailed deer. Here, I'm gonna turn like this. There, see if you can see down the trail. Yep, it's still standing there in the shade, past the tree with the red on it. It's standing there looking right at us. It's a doe, probably a yearling. Yep, there it is. Beautiful. You see what you can see in nature? To me, I saw that. That's a sign. That's a beautiful, wonderful sign. That doe didn't have a mask on. Oh no. That doe was not texting while running. Reattach yourself to nature. Reattach yourself to your pagan past. The strength and honor of your folk soul, your ancestry. And live and be free without fear. I'm going to ask you to share these videos, because that's the only way these memories of our folkish northern paganism gets out. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, share. We as a people do not need to suffer from these fear tactics. Part of reattaching yourself to your pagan past means unattaching yourself from Abraham and its destructive ways and their fear tactics. Not being duped by another faction, another tactic of Abraham again, to the best of your ability. So I'll end that video here. I'm at about the 19.5 minute mark. Until next time, or tills nästa gång, good health.